their children and family members inside their houses. For 5 months, the Chief Justice of Pakistan remained detained inside the building of his house. The building of his house. He could not, along with his 4 children, school-going children, including one special child, a handicapped child. For 5 months, the children could not even step out into the front lawn or into the backyard because all doors of the building were locked except that of the kitchen, and the kitchen door was policed from where the supplies were brought in and out, was policed by 4 policemen 24/7. For 5 months, the Chief Justice remained detained with his children, and no American official, from the highest in Washington to the lowliest in the American embassy in Islamabad, even uttered a single word of concern for the human rights of those children, leave alone that of the Chief Justice. Because America did not want to embarrass its friend, its servant and slave, General Pervez Musharraf. Now you may win some battles, you may even win some battles through high-tech weapons, the use of high-tech weapons, and that is what America has in abundance. Through Patriot-guided missile systems, laser-guided night vision armaments, night vision goggles, with predators and drones being controlled from Arizona and firing precision missiles 12,000 miles away at villages and towns and houses in Pakistan, in northern Pakistan. You may have the technology to win battles, but if in winning battles you lose the local population in the theater of war, you can never win the war. You can never ever win the war. And that is what America is doing. And that is what the Bush administration has been doing. And I am not speaking now that it's transition time for the Bush administration. I have been saying it all along. It's just so happened that it's the first time I have had the privilege of coming to the West Coast and speaking here, but in the past 6-7 months I have reached, at least twice a year I have been coming to the East Coast. I should have spent more time on the West Coast perhaps, and on the East Coast met with deaf ears and blind eyes. But I have been trying to point this out today. I am a little more encouraged now that there is a promise of change with capitals, in capitals, that I am able to speak again the same things that I have been speaking all along. I spent time behind bars under General Musharraf, but I have not stopped saying what I have. I have spent time, long years behind bars under General Ziaul Haq, the first and not the first, but an earlier darling and blue-eyed baby of the Americans against the Soviet Union. And when he was fighting the Soviets, we were warning that he is spawning these militants and terrorists who will, like Frankenstein monsters, be eating us up in later years. But no one listened then. No one listened now. But we must remember 2 or 3 lessons of history. One, as I said, you cannot, despite the irony of the situation, you cannot win a war if you lose the support and the warmth of the local population in the theater of war. No technology is superior to that support and the necessity of that element in winning or prosecuting wars. Second, the most stable ally in a war is a population in the theater of war that is equipped with enforceable rights. A population equipped with enforceable rights has a stake in the system. Take away the rights or pluck the machinery for their enforcement and deprive them of their rights, and they will become cynical, the population will become cynical and apathetic, it will become disaffected, and it may even turn and support the Taliban or the militants. Because if it has no rights within the system, it is better off perhaps obtaining justice the Taliban brutal, cruel way, immediate, rough and ready justice, if it will not be given justice, provided justice by the established state and the system and the structure of the state. So justice is a preeminent necessity for the prosecution of the war. What Pervez Musharraf did as an ally of the United States, he plucked the judicial edifice from its foundation when, as I said, on the 3rd of November last year, he actually arrested 60 of the 100 judges of the superior courts in Pakistan and detained them with their children. But the Americans did not protest, the administration did not protest. The administration continued to fund him, continued to provide him with billions of dollars and weapons and assistance without showing any concern for the Chief Justice or his children or the other judges. And obviously, when a popular Chief Justice, this happens to a popular personality in a country, in the theater of war, you lose the support of the populace in that country. What must be remembered, and this is where 2 or 3 things that ought to be kept in mind by American policymakers. And you are all distinguished people. In your own way, you can influence, perhaps not influence the policy directly, but influence the policymakers, your congressmen, your senators in your area. But Pakistan needs your support and understanding of a few realities. The first reality is that Pakistan is not, and unfortunately is treated as, but is not an Arab, Middle Eastern, Muslim country. Pakistan is a South Asian Muslim country. It is not a Middle Eastern, Arab, Muslim country. Middle Eastern, Arab, Muslim countries have no traditions of an independent judiciary, have no concept of the judiciary, neither in Saudi Arabia nor in Kuwait, nor anyone who has visited those countries would well know. They don't have the concept of independent judiciary. Pakistan cannot live and survive without an independent judiciary. It is a Muslim country, yes, but it is a South Asian Muslim country, and South Asia is the subcontinent of India, and we share the traditions and the history of independent judiciary with the Indian people, the Sri Lankans, the Indians, the subcontinent of South Asia, which was at one time a jewel of the Raj, of the British Raj, inherited from the British the tradition of an independent judiciary and embraced it and hung on to it. and aspires towards the aspiration of an independent judiciary in Pakistan and in the people of Pakistan amongst them is intense and deep-rooted.